What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Black Ops 6 beta has come to an end until, of course, the open beta drops on Friday again for everyone out there. But, personally, I gotta be real with you guys. I didn't have a completely awful time. Just like with many other Call of Duty games, if the skill-based matchmaking wasn't so freaking high, it wouldn't be so miserable from, a lot of the experiences. But when it comes down, like if you remove skill-based matchmaking from this game, I'm still torn a little bit because I gotta be real. I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 3, so I can't tell if I think Black Ops 6 is similar, better, worse. I don't know just yet, but I know it's not worse, though, for me at least, in my personal opinion. I actually had a decent enough time when it comes to the gunplay, and the Omni movement is really fun to go ahead and mess around with. But there is one thing that is just devastating to me when it comes to Black Ops 6. And again, this is all completely opinion-based. What I'm about to say in today's video is all my personal opinion, and it's perfectly okay for you guys to share other personal opinions. So please, for the love of God, don't get butthurt. Just share your opinions down below. It's as simple as that. But ladies and gentlemen, I despise the maps when it comes to Black Ops 6. And I'm not talking about the looks of them, the atmosphere. They look really good in my personal opinion. But the layouts of these maps are literally something out of my worst nightmares. But ladies and gentlemen, before we dive deep into why they're out of my nightmares, if you guys do enjoy what you hear today, don't forget, guys, subscribe and hit that bell. You guys have just pushed us up to 48,900 subscribers. Absolutely insane. We are less than 100 away until we hit 49,000. And then we will be 1,000 away until we hit 50, the 50,000 goal, which we are going to be trying to push ahead and, try to get that before the holiday season ends. So, of course, if you guys are enjoying the content and you want to see more, subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here. And if you guys wanted to catch any of my live streams, I also stream pretty much daily as well over on Twitch. Those streams go live between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time, and you guys can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those who have been following me for a while now, you guys know my opinions on maps, but of course, for those who are just coming in recently, especially off of Black Ops 6, or maybe, you found my channel off of XDefiant, I might as well go ahead and jog everybody's memory here. I despise small maps. There is nothing in this world that I hate more than having to play on small maps. And again, like I said, it's just a personal opinion. I'm not saying, make sure there's no small maps and nobody can enjoy them, because I know people literally will go to shipment 24/7 and be completely happy. But in my opinion, small maps just cause nothing but camping. It's hilarious because a lot of the people who say they want to go on small maps to rush, small maps are not made for that, believe it or not, even though you can run around a lot, but you are going to die 24/7. The smartest thing to do on any style of map that's small like that, Shipment, Nuketown is a perfect example. You hold positions because there's nowhere else to. If you keep running, you keep flipping spawns. It's not efficient. So what do skilled players do when they get a small map? They hold the lanes, hold the spawn traps, and I despise it. I hate it. I like medium to large sized maps because of the fact of freedom. I like to be able to maneuver. I like to run. I like to rotate. I like to reposition. And all of that is literally impossible on a small map. There is no repositioning unless your teammate dies off of a lane they're holding. You are just going to literally hold down a specific spot and wait for people to run out of a spawn. But in larger maps, there's just more to it, and I enjoy that. I feel like, again, I have more freedom, and I'm not specifically locked down in certain areas. But boy, oh boy, fast forward up to Black Ops 6 here. The community, I guess, has finally got to the developers' heads after bashing the map designs every single year. And don't get me wrong. Some of the maps were definitely pretty rough. But a lot of the DLCs and a lot of the base maps have all been really solid. But people have not accepted any of them. And they keep saying they're too big every single time. And again, guess where we're at now? We have a game, Black Ops 6, that is literally not going to have anything larger than a medium-sized map. Ladies and gentlemen, for me personally, that is absolutely insane. Now, of course, there's plenty of more content to come into the game, but the developers have already confirmed. This is not a lie. This is not, no, I'm being so serious with you guys. The developers have already confirmed that we're not getting anything larger than, like a medium-based map. And I'm not talking about like a large-styled medium map. No, I'm talking about small-based, medium-sized maps, which, again, like I said, some are going to really enjoy this. Some are going to be so excited. And I know a lot of people love this, but all these maps are so position-based, power position-based. There is really not much movement, especially when you're playing in the skill-based matchmaking brackets that we're currently in. If there was no skill-based matchmaking or toned-back skill-based matchmaking, it probably wouldn't be that much of an issue, but these maps are designed for competitive play. All of them. Even the biggest maps, like Scum or something like that. What was it again? I probably said that so wrong. It's probably not Scum. Skid or something. I don't know, man. It's the desert map. God, I probably just made a huge mess up right there. But, you know, all of them are made for competitive play. Black Ops 6, I might make another video about this because this video isn't about this topic. I want to hop back to the maps. But Black Ops 6 might be the most competitive COD game we will ever see up to current date. Everything in it is basically designed for competitive play, with a few things here and there that are casual. But again, this game is so competitive, and the maps play a huge role in it. Whenever you have a solid 5 to 6 man party, it's done. It's done. If you are not coordinated, if you're not communicating or with your team or doing anything of that sorts, it's going to be a nightmare. They're going to hold all the lanes. They're going to hold all the power positions. And the potential for flanking is at an all-time low. The funny thing is that I actually had gameplay showcasing how to correctly play these maps and how efficient it is. I went like 70-5 or something like that, playing the maps how they should be played, but it's so absolutely boring. It will put you guys to sleep. I can't do it to you guys. So again, like I said, I play how I want to play. I get the clips that I think are most interesting, and I find running and gunning and, you know, like I said, trying to flank, reposition, getting around, getting some kills is a little bit more enjoyable. Will it get me the most kills? Am I going to be consistently getting those 70 kill games? Probably not. But, you know, this right here, what I'm trying to do is a little bit more enjoyable. I couldn't show you guys the other gameplay. I'm sorry. I was saving it for so long just for this commentary because I wanted to test out the maps a bit longer, but I can't. But that is what competitive is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, there's a pretty good post that I saw on Reddit after I was going to formulate this video, and I'm glad this post came up here because it kind of adds to this topic a bit better here. This is from Stylus Sin on the Black Ops 6 subreddit page. Gotta say, not really liking the pattern I'm seeing with these maps so far. Seems like just about every map in this beta so far has this no man's land area in the middle and height advantages at either side, as many have noticed. And after a couple of days, it's getting kind of repetitive, essentially playing the same map 4 times. Rewind that isn't pictured here is no better with the middle lane also being a death sentence or sniper heaven. Long corridors on the other 2 lanes make up a majority of the fight area, which coupled with the fast movement means people get around to each other's spawns much faster and end up adding to the already problematic spawns in the game. I'm hoping we either see A, better spawns at launch, or B, a rework of some of the maps like we saw in Cold War. Of course, it could also be that the rest of the maps at launch will all play much better, but it still makes me question why Treyarch chose the most similar ones to start everyone out with. But these are the images that he posted, and it's so true. It's so absolutely freaking true. This is what these matches basically boil down to. These maps are so small that you literally only have to go to one of the power positions in your spawn, and all you have to do is sit there and hold it. And people hold lanes. And again, what he mentioned about the spawns flipping a lot as well is, again, incredibly true. Because the flow of the map, it's so small. It's what happens in small maps all the time. Like I always say, if you're not versing as competitive as players who know how to hold spawns and know not to flip them on a small map, and you just have people who want to just 24/7 run, all it takes is one kill. They gotta take down one guy on a power position and then push into the spawn, and it's flipped, right? And that's how every single map goes. You literally take down 1 to 2 people on power positions, and then you have 2 options afterwards. You go and take the power position for yourself, and you camp there, and you wait for them to come out their spawn, like I said, how small maps work, or option B, you push into the spawn and flip it, and then, you know, it's going to be a lot more of a chaotic, random match. I don't like small maps, and I don't know why every map in this game is styled almost in the same exact way when it comes to the positioning of just a lot of the power positions. It's rough for me. And again, I have to keep saying it's all opinion based. I'm not saying small maps are the doom and gloom of the game, but I'm just saying all of them being around these sizes, they're all going to play in a very similar way. Unless, of course, you get a casual game with less skill-based matchmaking, and then you get, some players that you can stomp out. But if you're versing anybody who's competent, who can shoot straight and has good accuracy, getting them off of a power position is going to be a pain in the butt. And when you finally do take them down, you're not going to want to push up and have to verse them. You already know they're tough competition, so what are you going to do? You're going to hold their power position. Because why would you move when the maps are so small that you don't have to? Like, literally, in maybe like half a second, you'll probably have a couple of people running up to you because there's nowhere else to go on the maps. There's so... I don't want to say basic, because they do have interesting flows to them, interesting patterns, things that you can do to navigate them a little bit easier. But it's like I said, it's not hard to sit in one position and farm 80 kills on any of these maps. If you can sit in one power position and farm 80 bodies, I just don't think that's that fantastic of a design. I feel like you should be constantly rotating, constantly re-strategizing and rethinking of where you should be, where you should locate yourself. The spawns are shifting, so you have to, maybe go to a different side of the map or change your, You don't have to do that on any of these maps. All of these maps literally give you a power position right out the gate, and everybody runs right up to them. I can tell you the power position on every map in this game, and they sit there, they beam people off, die, repeat. Or again, they push through past the power position, and they constantly flip the spawns. I don't get it, man. And then another post here that I want to showcase to you guys before I end off this video, because I thought this was really good, by the Ghost of Hope here, saying these maps would have never gotten made today with this small map mentality I keep seeing in the community. Sorry for wanting maps that require some knowledge, tactics, and not just more head bashing shit. The Ghost of Hope could have not said it any freaking better. Any freaking better. Phenomenal. Like, seriously, tell me, how many maps in the OG CODs really had these small maps, right? I don't understand where everybody keeps getting the criticism that these maps are too big nowadays. They're not. Some of the biggest maps came from games like Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2 for sure, Black Ops 1 for sure, Black Ops 2 had a bunch, Modern Warfare 3. And these games are all known as some of the best COD games. Big maps, although have been done in interesting ways by these development teams recently, are still some of the best maps that you will get. They actually require thought process, thinking. You have to think on these maps instead of, once again, just shutting your brain off or just, go into a power position and sitting there all game while people pour into your reticle. It's just, I don't know where this mindset has come from. I don't know where this mindset has come from in the Call of Duty community, because it never was there back in the OG days. And now all of a sudden, people just can't have any other maps that, you might not see combat for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They need to have the spawn 3 seconds away from them, knowing that people will run up to the reticle, and they can get a guaranteed body. And I gotta make this very clear. Very, very, very clear. I'm not saying I don't want any small maps. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying when all the maps are this size, then it becomes an issue, and the variety is going to be lacking. I just really hope that Treyarch has a lot more variety in store with the full launch of the game. I'm just worried because they said they are not going to have much larger sized maps. So what we are seeing right here in this beta is kind of what you are going to have to expect, which is kind of sad, because personally, I feel like this movement would shine way more on a map with a little bit more freedom. You know what I'm saying? On maps that are so condensed like this, I don't see many people using them. It's not much reason. Like I said, you are better off getting the power position in your spawn or another power position on either the left or right flank and just beaming people out, Warzone, I feel like the movement is going to be really clean, but if we had some larger maps, we could really take advantage of the stuff in this game, but they're just so condensed. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Do you think it's good that all the maps are going to be these sizes? Do you think it's a bad thing? I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say. But as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my other content, I do stream pretty much daily over on Twitch. By all means, if you guys want to check that out, I have a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.